Hey, shalom, shalom. Just real quick. Just wait for the man to pull up. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect. All right, the 144,000, the rest of the 1/3 that do stand firm for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Yaakov. I want to go into a quick topic, man. Not going to be a long lesson, man. Just want to talk about left spirit encounters, all right, and give an example or a testimony. Because, I was thinking, man, this morning, the reason why we go through these things, man, is because the Lord is getting you emotionally ready, mentally ready for bigger things that are coming to pass, all right? And how would it look if the Lord kept the elect secure this whole time without going through anything? How would it look if he did that and then he expects us to maneuver through these hard things we're about to endure, but with no experience? So that's why, the Brotherhood teaches about how this thing requires you to go through trying situations, all right? Certain occurrences, all right, that'll actually test your mentality, your stability. And so I wanted to give this example, man. Since I've been in this thing, man, I've had spiritual encounters. An actual spiritual encounter. I encountered a left-hand spirit, that would come into my house. That was in my house, coming through a portal, basically, man. And I've had maybe six to seven left-hand spirit encounters. The very first one that I ever went through was the one I wanted to talk about because it had me understand that I was going to have to go through these things in order to strengthen myself, for the Lord to strengthen me so that I can endure things that are coming. Because what people don't understand is that when they go through situations, your levels start working inside your body. You actually have, hormones and all that being released when your body goes through certain things, rigorous, situations. And you can actually feel levels of, like your adrenaline, certain of these things can actually be released when you go through these certain things that you're going through while you're in this truth. So the more apt you become to function with it, the better you have, the better of a grip you have mentally. So and the things that are coming to pass, man, your adrenaline is going to be spiked. All right, the scriptures tell you, man, all right, that you're going to be weak. All right, so the Lord has to be able to get your spirit ready for that, man. And if you've not gone through it, how are you going to stand? Okay, this is Ezekiel 21:6. It says, "Sigh therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, your courage, and with bitterness sigh before their eyes. And it shall be, when they say unto thee, Wherefore sighest thou? That thou shalt answer for the tidings, because it cometh. And every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every spirit shall faint, and all knees shall be weak as water." Your strength is going to be taken from you, man. So the Lord is actually making a way right now to where we can endure certain situations that are going to release that same mentality in this time. When martial law is fully implemented, the chip is being heavily, implemented, because E, man, when he comes down with that fury, he's going to be killing everybody that does not submit to him or that does not take that chip, which is ultimately going to reveal you submitted to him. But that's going to create emotion within you, man, that could cause you to break. And you don't want that to happen. All right, hold on. Let me turn this light on. All right, so, in the things that we're going through right now, man, the scriptures tell you to establish your mind. All right, it says establish your heart, which the Hebrew word is lab, which is your mind. So all these things that we're coming up to, man, we've been preparing. Okay, so I want to go into that first spiritual encounter I had, man, back in 2010. I was going through a lot of shit, man. And I'll tell you right now, I was recovering, man. I had fell off in 2010, man. I went off, and I just started, polluting myself. And even though I was still abstaining from certain things, like like pork, I was indulging in decadent behavior, man. You know, and eventually, every day though I was going through it, I was begging the Lord, man, to please forgive me. Now at that time, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I had the belief that I had to believe what I was that this would happen to me, that I would be healed. I didn't show. I didn't show that I had broken like that. I believed you could only ask the Lord in strength. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't beg him. Basically, I was pleading with him daily, asking him, please, please forgive me, please forgive me. But I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord did have mercy on me. Okay, that's evident, and the Lord has had mercy on me plenty of other times, man. So that you can't deny that the Lord is not working with you, man, when you're going through the things you're going through, man, because we all have levels of things that we've offended at. And me personally, man, I've offended highly. And so I have a huge debt that I'm paying off since the beginning of this thing, man, since my previous life as well. But when I was doing what I was doing, the Spirit had me led back to my brother, back in Texas, because I was preaching with another brother. And the Spirit had it to where this brother was going through something as well, enough to shake him up to seek me out as well. And one day I was coming back to him because what happened was I was living like a quarter of a mile away from where he was preaching, and I would run to him every weekend that he would go out, and it was in front of this fucking shitty church. And one day I'm running to him, and I see him driving away. I was like, I'm running. It's on a highway. I'm running on a highway, And I run up to him, man, and he sees me, and he picks me up, and he comes back around. We start talking. I won't talk too much about what happened right there, but he ended up also asking me a question in it. And he asked me, what does it feel like to fall out? And I told him, like, it's misery. And that's all I could tell him. It's miserable. Everything you feel around you is sad. Even the songs, even the wicked vibrations of these beats that come out, everything was sad to me. And I just told him, it's miserable. You have nothing but misery. And so after about probably like 45 minutes of talking to the brother, he asked me a question. He goes, if you had a chance to get right again, if that was opened up to you, would you take it? And I was like, hell yeah, man, I would. Fuck yeah, man, I would. Actually, I think I said, fuck yeah, I would, man. I was like, I regret every fucking thing I've ever done. And he's like, and he asked me, if I let you come stay at my house, are you sure? And at the time I didn't believe that I could tell him that it's up to me to decide that I'm gonna get right. But I said, if you give me that chance, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So the brother let me stay at his house. First night I stayed there. He had a sectional couch. It was a pretty big sectional couch. And I remember that night I was laying down, and I'm going to say I'm not even 20 minutes went by. And I remember I was kind of asleep. I was getting there, like when you sleep and your eyes have been shut for so long, you finally wake up and be like, damn, actually, okay, I am getting a little tired. That happened. About 20 minutes went by. I'm laying like, on this, I'm laying like this, and the couch is going, away from me and curving over to the, the right. And the brother's right there, laying down. And he's not even, I want to say he's no more than 5 feet away from me. That's small, man. You can, So about 20 minutes goes by, man, and I wait. I open my eyes, but at that moment, as I opened my eyes, I felt something descend upon me. I couldn't see it. It wasn't heavy, but it literally, how the scriptures define the chariots, descending like a dove. It felt like a dove just, and then it slowed down as it got here, and it sat on me. And I remember I'm just laying there. I had a pillow on me too. And I remember just laying there. I felt like I couldn't really breathe, but I was able to. And I remember trying to turn over and I couldn't. I got stuck. And for 7 seconds, I'm there trying to fucking move. And then I start bugging out a little bit. I start getting afraid. And I start getting shook. So I'm thinking, okay, I can't fucking move. Move the pillow. Throw the pillow. Maybe he'll look. Throw the pillow. I couldn't even move my pillow. Pillow was right there on me, man. All I had to do was I had to move a centimeter and it would have tilted. Couldn't move. So I'm trying to move everything, this and that. I'm trying to yell, to the brother, man. I'm trying to yell his name. I'm trying to yell him, help, help. And I couldn't. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have the experience to know what was going on at that moment. But I had believed something had paralyzed me. And what they'll call it today is they call it sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when a demon is trying to possess you, man, or when a demon is taking control of you. So at that time, I didn't know what was going on. And so the last thing for me to call on and to do, I didn't know, was to call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Well, after trying to call for the brother's name, call the brother to help me, to tell him I can't move or I can't speak, I called on the Lord's name. I said, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And all I knew was I was just scared. And I just called on it 2 more times. I called on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai 3 more times. And the spirit left me. And I had said to myself, that's what I need to do. Now I was scared, and I don't remember if I woke the brother up or not. I can't remember what I did after that, but I told the brother about what happened the next day. And I told him, like, I wanted to call for your name, man. I was trying to call for you. And I was scared. And he had told me, you shouldn't have done that. You should have called on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh. I was like, I did call on him, because I couldn't call your name and I couldn't call anything. So I called it in my mind. And, that was the lesson to me in the experience, that to all things, calling Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Now, the thing I'm trying to get at, man, is that the experience of going through everything, man, teaches you to always, in the end, rely on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's why, in the end, we learned that this knowledge and this truth comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. When you teach any form of knowledge that you have, man, does not come from yourself. It comes from the Lord. All right? It all comes from the Lord, man. And that's the thing about being this truth, is to acknowledge that it is the Most High that worketh in you, man. Okay? In fact, let me go and get that. All right, man. Everything that you go through is to help you solidify that connection with the Most High. Because at one point in time, man, Israel went through everything. And actually, you know what? Right now, the brothers that I'm dealing with, man, the camp, we're going over the first book of Samuel. And brothers were acknowledging that with David, every action he made, every decision that he was going to make, he consulted the Lord first. Everything. Whether they say, hey, you want to do this, he'd be like, be right back. Let me do this and that. Lord, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, what do I do? Everything that David did was to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. At one point in time, all Israel would call to the Lord when consulting on any type of issue or any type of manner. And that's what we're doing today, man, because today you don't always call on the Lord, man. Some of the things that we go through, man, our first reaction is to take to our own wits. But what you got to understand is that you got to call to the Lord first and have him help you get out of these situations. So the Lord right now, through everything that we're going through, man, is building us up. So when we get to these situations where man's going to resort to carnality and to his own flesh and to his own mind, we're going to be more apt to call on the Lord to get us out of these situations first. Okay? That's what the Lord wants you to do. That's what Yahweh and Yahweh Shai wants you to do, man. They want you to call upon him in, what is that one in Job? What's that one in Job? Job 5:19, I believe. All right, let me go to get that. All right. Job. You got to type King James Version always, man, on Google. I believe it's Job 5. Yeah, Job 5:19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, In 7, there shall no evil touch thee. In all aspect of this truth, man, you're supposed to rely on Yahweh Shem Shai. Like, I remember one time back in like 2016, it was something simple, but it was enough to piss me off and want me to have a breakdown, that I was going through a lot of shit already. But I remember going to get some food at a what do you call it? One of those drive-through stops. And I had ordered my food and my fucking car died. And I had nobody to call. Nobody at all that could help me out. And I was already going through a lot. I won't get too much into it, man. I was really being tried. And that last thing was like basically the last straw. I was like, man, fuck this, man. But I remember conducting myself and I said, nah, fuck that. Hey, man, chill. And I sat and I was patient and I just waited. And I just, what am I going to do? Well, someone pulls up and they're like, hey, you all good? And I look at him, I was like, man, my fucking car died, man. He goes, I got some cables, man. You need a jump? I'm like, hell yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you. And as this thing's happening, I start smiling and I'm getting, something else happened enough to where I was like, man, I praised Yahweh Shem Shai. Like, call hello Yahweh Shai right there in the car, man. I yelled at it, like, call hello Yahweh Shai. Everything, man. The reason why you go through these situations, man, is because you need to understand the power that we're working with. This power is able to save you, man. This power can deliver you. All right, the things that we can't even get ourselves out of these situations, man. So today people think that it's themselves getting out of their situations, but really it's the Lord. All right, and that's why I wanted to get this. All right, in Google or the blue letter. And this is in Philippians. All right. This is in Philippians chapter 2 and 13. It says, for it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. That's what Israel needs to acknowledge. All right. But they don't. Now with the elect, we do acknowledge this, man. We acknowledge that everything that we go through is to build a more solidified connection with our power. And that's what this world has missed since the beginning of creation. All right. No man knew the Lord, man. And the Lord has given you, the elect, an opportunity to realize that, which is why you get put through these situations. And I had this, man, in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, to tell you, man, that in order to understand and fully appreciate the Most High, man, you must go through those things. All right. This is Zechariah 13. Zechariah 13 and 9, it says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. And when you look up the word through the fire, that fire is talking about metaphorically or physically or figuratively. Now we know what that fire represents, man. Trials and affliction, the trying of your faith, right? So it says that I will bring the third part through the fire, meaning that you have to go to these certain things, man. Because going back to what I was saying, if you don't go to these things, man, how are you going to endure what's coming? If you don't have the experience to know that, like, hey, I gotta fall back, I gotta compose myself. Hey, centering yourself, calling you how about Shem Shai. If you ain't being put through that right now, how are you gonna do that when we're actually going through this hell that we're about to endure? See, the Lord is getting you ready, man, mentally to be able to grip and grasp what you got to run to immediately. Okay. This is Nahum chapter 1 and 7. It says, the Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. All right. It's a strong tower that the ones that trust in him run to. Okay. And that's what the Lord wants you to do in all things. Going back to Job 5:19, it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In every scenario, you were to call on Yahweh Shem Shai, man, and it is he that will deliver you, okay? Going into Deuteronomy 8 And 11 says, beware that thou forget not the Lord thy power. Now I'm going to jump down. Deuteronomy 8:17 says, and thou say in thine heart. So the Lord is saying to not do this, that thou say not in thy heart, my power and the might of mine hand have gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. And it is also he who delivers you through all things, man. Even the people today, when they're going, even Jake, when they're going through the shit that they're going through, it is the Lord getting them out, but yet he's reserving them to wrath. He's reserving them unto the day of judgment. But with us, man, he's delivering us out to be saved. Okay. And in understanding that, you got to understand that you need the experience to understand that, you know? So James, all right, go into the book of James. James chapter 1 and 3, or 1 and 2, it says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. But through it all, it will get you out of these situations. Okay, look, man, well, we're coming to the time that we're coming into. You ain't going to be able to deliver yourself out of shit. All right? You ain't going to be able to deliver yourself from anything. And it is not you that delivers yourself, man. It is the Most High that delivers you. So you got to get in the mentality, man, of grasping to Yahweh B'Shem Yashai immediately. Okay? Like I was saying, man, I've gone through either 6 or 7 actual left-hand spiritual encounters. And most of them I have fought through after realizing, like, shit. But there's been a couple. I don't know for a fact. The last one I had, actually, you know what? I had one here at this house. But before that, I had one back in another apartment I was living in before I moved here up to this one. And I remember it happened to me. I had 2 spiritual encounters the same night before I had to go to work. And I remember the first one I had, I got scared. I was laying down on my bed and the light was off. Everything, the TV was supposed to be off, but the spirit turned my TV on. And then I remember there was a gold aura levitating at the level of my bed that I was laying on. And I remember it was black and gold, a black and gold aura around itself. And it was crawling or slash, like, you know, slithering towards me. And I remember I threw my fucking covers over my head. I got fucking scared. This happened maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Oh yeah, it's happened about 2.5 years ago. You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got fucking scared. I knew what it was, and I got fucking scared because shit, it had been a minute, you know. But I remember getting up that night, and I was shook up the rest of the night. I felt exhausted. It didn't even do nothing to me, but I remember it was holding me down, and it wouldn't let me move, and it just fucking left. But I remember going to work that night, man, and I felt like shit that I didn't call on the Most High right away, because the thing you want to be able to do when all these things happen, man, is you want to be able to call on the Most High immediately. That's what you want to do, and that's what the prophets and the men of the Lord did, man. All Israel at one point in time, that we called on the Lord immediately, but it's not like that today, man. So the Lord is bringing us back to that knowledge and to that wisdom to understand, like, you need me to get you out of anything. All right, Proverbs 20 and 24 tells you that man's goings are of the Lord. How can any man understand his own way? It is the Lord that delivers you, man. It's the Lord that is getting you out of these hard situations. So understand it. So let me go into Sirach, the 2nd chapter, and the 5th verse. It says, you know what? Sirach chapter 2 and 2, it says, set thy heart aright, all right, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So, because, hey, man, you don't know what the Lord's going to do in that split moment. That's why the scriptures say, man, that he that endured to the end shall be saved. And then you got also Sirach, it says, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. The Lord could do something, man, in that split second and deliver you out of that trouble. Okay? So it says, set that heart aright, you know, center yourself, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and who's that him? Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Now, going back to Zechariah, the 13th chapter, the 9th verse, it said that I will bring the third part through the fire. That fire, all right, again, represents the trials that we're going to go through. Okay. Now, that fire is what? Heat. All right. You also got pressure within fire, man. You got a force. Okay. Now, the Lord is preparing you, man. That's why he's taking you to that fire, because eventually your metal is going to be tested. Okay. Eventually you're going to have to be, they have these shows on TV, man, that I've seen in the last like 6 months. They got the show with like Edomites where they're having these guys make swords and knives, butcher cleaves and all that. And they're having them test them after that. And then they get judged. Whoever makes the strongest sword obviously wins the round. And so these guys are actually creating swords and, heat treating them and all that. And then they'll test their metal, go up against, a swine flesh, go up against a rope, go against a cable, and some of those metals are lasting. Some of them are coming out fucked up, but they still endured, But the Lord is getting your metal ready to be tested, man. He's shined you up, got you sharp, got you, shiny, polished, and now the Lord is getting ready to test out. He's got many weapons, man. The scriptures tell you, man, that the weapons of his indignation are going to be used. We're part of those weapons of indignation, man. The Lord's going to use us. Tells you that in where's that chapter? I don't want to misquote it. It's in Jeremiah, I don't want to say it wrong. Is it Jeremiah or is it Isaiah? I get them both mixed up all the time, man. Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and 20, it says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." You got to have a certain mentality to slaughter a whole people or to tread down with the obstacles. All right, you don't want to break under pressure, and so the Lord is getting ready, man. He's getting ready to test your metal out, and it's going to be through all the situations you're about to encounter. So right now, he's getting you ready. He's getting you molded, shaping you up. He's like, this is the type of sword I can use for this situation. I got this sword, for that situation. But I'm going to use this one at this time. I'm going to use this one at that one. So when it's time for you to be used, you want to be able to endure. So you got to be tried, man. You're right now, you're a precious metal, man, but you got to be tried. All right. And you got to be put under pressure. You got to be put under stressful situations. That's how you make the metal stronger. Okay. While you're being beaten and molded, you got to be made stronger. All right. So that you can endure, man. You don't want to be a sword that breaks off in the middle of a war, and then that person that's yielding you dies, which we know the Lord ain't going to die, man. So the point is that's why we got to be taken to that fire. All right. It says in Zechariah 13:9, "And I will bring the third part to the fire and will refine them as silver is refined." All right. Well, hold up. Let me look up that word. Slack you. Refine. All right. It says to fuse, metal, refine, cast, founder, goldsmith, melt, pure, purge away. All right. Refine, test. So basically the Lord is purging everything out of you right now that is not needed. He's getting that excess metal away. All right. He's grinding off the parts that aren't needed, chiseling away, sanding away, grinding away. And then he's resharpening, doing what he's doing. Okay, so, but that only happens when you're brought through the fire. That only happens when these temptations come upon you. Okay, going back to James 1 and 3, it says, "But knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." All right, eventually you're going to become perfect, and this is the only way that you can learn that. All right. Again, the comment I made from the very beginning of this lesson, how would it look for the Lord to bring you through the adversity we're about to go through right now with no experience? All right. How would that make him look? And how would that make you look? You would fold. You would break immediately. We're getting mentally ready right now. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Trust in him. Again, believe in him and he will help thee. Why did you think it said it right after it had said, for gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity? Because then after that, it says, believe in him. Why would it say that right after going through adversity? Because the Lord wants you to turn to him immediately in all these situations, man. All these aspects of life that you go through, man. The Lord wants you to turn to him immediately. He wants you to consult and counsel and sup with him immediately. So everything we're going through, man, you better believe, man, that I read in, what is that? What was that scripture? In Ezekiel, the 18th chapter? No, it wasn't 18. It was Ezekiel 21. There's going to come a point in time, man, where people are going to buckle. All right, their hands are going to be their hands and their legs are going to be feeble. They're going to turn into water. Scriptures say, man, that men are going to turn into women. They ain't mentally prepared for what's about to happen, man. We've been told what's going to happen for however long you've been in this thing, man. Okay, we've been laboring, man, to mentally grip ourselves, man, and that's why the Lord brings things in the manner that He is. That's why you got these contraction-like events occurring. All right, because they're getting you heightened, getting you ready, letting you know, like, oh shit, it's almost here. Get ready, brace for impact, because when it comes, it's going to come like a flood. All right, so the Lord needs you to get ready, man. You need to get ready. And that's why you go through everything you go through. That's why you go through temptations. That's why you get tried. All right, because without it, man, you're not going to have the experience to mentally endure what you're going to have to go through when all hell is breaking loose. So it's very important that you ground yourself in that. All right, that's why the scriptures tell you it's very important to continue in these things, to ground yourself, to be rooted, to be strong in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and to ultimately trust and pray that the Spirit is with you. All right. That's why Baruch, the fourth chapter, the second verse tells you, take hold of it, Jacob. Turn ye and take hold of it, Jacob, that you may be illuminated at the last end. Hey, man, you don't want to fall this time. So the beatings that you're taking, all right, the trials that you're going through, take them cheerfully and understand it is for your betterment. It is for your progression, your flourishment, ultimately to the expected end of life. Okay. So with that, I don't have much else to say, man. You know, hey, man, all these situations you are dealing with, man, whether it be a left-hand side encounter, whether it be your baby mama doing you wrong, whether it be, you know, if there's a woman watching, whether it be your dude doing you wrong, whatever it may be, everything is for your salvation, man. It's to make you stronger. And we know this comes to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. So this ain't to help empower you in the world, man. This is to help you maneuver and get out of this place to the kingdom. So, you know, with that, I don't have anything else to say, man. I'll go ahead and end it. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash, Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Barakatham, Kwame Shalom.